What if I told you the reason why you're not getting promoted is because you're working too hard?
Be confident, be bold, be authentic, but don't forget to take action. This is Ordinary to Badass, where our stories empower women to step into the spotlight of their own lives and pursue what they're truly passionate about. It's time to step into the arena and become more than just extraordinary. It's time to become a badass with your host, Marie Sonneman.
Welcome back to the Ordinary to Badass podcast, the podcast where women in predominantly male industries learn to rise, lead, and own their power without apology. I'm your host, Marie Sonneman. Okay, I'm going for the easy win today. Let me tell you what's ordinary and what's badass. What's very ordinary? I didn't feel like editing a podcast episode. So here I am, sitting in my backyard with a cell phone mic. So I'm editing it that way or recording it that way. Because you know what? That's super ordinary. It's life. Things get in the way. Things happen. So I'm doing like a sprint episode for you. It's going to be super quick, down and dirty, but it's going to be valuable. And then here, it's also badass because I'm working with what I have. I'm working with my mood, trying not to be critical of myself because I really did want to get this episode out to you. But yeah, I'm just moving forward. So bear with me, but I know you're going to find value in this, so it'll be worth it. Okay, so today we're getting into it and super quick. It's not going to be a long episode, so let's get into it. You know the old saying, work hard, play harder? I don't lie. I don't buy into that crap. I did a post on Instagram yesterday that said, work hard, and it was crossed out. And then I said, work less, play harder, get promoted. So a lot of people, that might trigger them, or they think, oh, the lazy people get promoted. They're the boss's favorite. Um, Not true. It's actually more about visibility than it is about hard work. So I thought this was something that we should address on the podcast today. The reason why you're not getting promoted might be because you're working too hard, and high performers become indispensable. And that right there becomes a problem because if your boss sees you as the reliable one, the workhorse, the fixer, the one who gets everything done, then they may subconsciously feel like they can't afford to lose you where you are. You are doing too good a job, and to move you would make their job harder. Meanwhile, other people that are getting promoted, they're showing other indicators like judgment, their decision making skills, communication, leadership. It's not all about output. Hard work gets rewarded with more hard work. Leadership, on the other hand, gets rewarded with opportunity. Okay, so here's part two. Your boss, they are doing so many things. Like they have to manage people, they have to go to their meetings, they have a whole workload on their plate oftentimes, right? And so they don't have time to micromanage you. Some might try to find the time, but overall, they're not going to see all of the work that you do. And so if you're just working hard, relying on assumptions that they're going to notice what a hard worker you are, oftentimes it doesn't pan out that way. They're only going to see a small amount of work. I call it a fraction problem. They're only going to see a fraction of the work that you actually do. So to think that you can just work hard and then they're going to give you all of the credit, that they're going to know all of the things that you do, usually it doesn't happen. So actually, if you think about it, you're giving your boss too much credit. Or you're assuming that they have the capability to know every little thing that you do when they have other stuff on their plate too. So if you want if you want to get promoted, if you want to stand out, then you really have to be more intentional. Be intentional about your communication with your boss because it is so stinking important. And I go deep on this in my course, The Obvious Choice. I am so stinking excited for this next launch because it's fire. I'm just going to say that without sounding egotistical. I'm just going to call it what it is. So I'll tell you more about that later. But for now, here's what you need to know. You don't have to work harder to get noticed. And if your entire value comes from execution, then leadership may struggle to picture you anywhere else. If this resonated or if it stung a little bit, hit me up on Instagram at Ordinary to Badass. I want to hear from you. If you have any questions, ask me there. You can go to my DMs. Again, find me at Ordinary to Badass on Instagram. Until next time, keep showing up, keep speaking up, and never ever shrink for a seat at the table. Because you, my friend, were born to build it.
Now that you've listened to this episode of Ordinary to Badass, we want to hear from you. Go to our website, ordinarytobadass.com/podcast, and submit your own experience on how you took your life from ordinary to badass and get the chance to be on a future Spotlight episode of the show. That's ordinarytobadass.com/podcast. While you're waiting for the next episode of the show, wipe off the sweat, dust off the dirt, and get back in the arena.